today we will talk about O1, especially O1A. So there's two kind of O1. There's a O1A and O1B. Today I'm not going to discuss about O1B. Probably sometime later I will discuss about that. So O1A visa is very important for those who did not win H-1B lottery. Many of you already know that recently there was a lottery every year in the month of March. There's a lottery, and around 85,000 people get picked up in the lottery. However, those who did not win H-1B visa and going to lose their status very soon, probably because they are in OPT status or STEM OPT status. But your expiration date is very soon. In that case, you can consider O1 visa. That's why I'm discussing this thing today. So when you read documents about O1, it looks like it's very tough to get. You have to prove yourself as an extraordinary person in some field, which is true, but at the same time, it's not very hard to establish that you're a person of extraordinary ability, especially those who have like a good number of research, good number of publication, citation, and professional membership in any professional organization, have a PhD degree or master's degree plus like 2-3 years of experience. It's not very hard to being recognized as a extraordinary ability person. So a lot of people, they send me email and say, hey, am I qualified for O1 visa? Because it looks like very hard to get it. The answer is no, it's not that hard. It's okay, it's easy. And also another very important issue is O1A visa is a non-immigrant visa. It's not green card. It will definitely help you green card in the future, but it's not a green card application. So it's a non-immigrant status, kind of like H-1B, but a little less beneficial to H-1B visa. So before going further detail, I'm going to the next slide. Thank you. So what is an O1 visa? O1 is a non-immigrant status in which the beneficiary can live and work in the United States on basis of his or her extraordinary ability in science or education or business or athletics or art. So these are that's why I underlined it: science, education, business, athletics, or art. These are the field. And science and education and business, these are the mostly common field for EB1A, those who are seeking a job under O1 visa. So a lot of people also ask me question, what is the difference between O1A and EB1A? So EB1A is a green card application and O1A is a non-immigrant visa, even though both of them are for extraordinary ability persons. So that's why if you are recognized as an extraordinary ability person, and if you get O1A status, it's easy to apply for EB1 later. That's why you can consider this way, like O1A is the first step toward getting a EB1A, and it will definitely help you in your EB1 application. So there are many requirements, and these are the part where people, when they read it, they say, oh my God, it's too tough to being recognized as a O1A, which is not true. You can easily get it. We can help you. So the primary requirement is that the applicant must have a valid job offer related to his or her field of expertise. This is another difference between O1A and EB1A, because for EB1A, you do not need a job offer, but for O1A, you must have a job offer. And technically, your employer is going to be our client, not you. You will be the beneficiary. So you must have a job, and your employer will be our client. They will actually submit the application on your behalf. So the second part is to prove your extraordinary ability. You can demonstrate your extraordinary ability by taking into consideration the following options. So these are the options. It's not like a mandatory for all of this to be proved. The first one is received a once in a lifetime award, such as Pulitzer Prize or Olympic medal or Nobel Prize kind of things. These are like extreme example. Those who get this award, they will easily get EB1A. So if you get it, great, you'll easily get O1A too. But if you don't get those, that's okay, because most of the people, they will not get those kind of like a high prestigious awards. Then received any prize for your excellence in any of those fields. So this is one of the mostly common used awards. So let's say you got like a best student award or best worker award, best something award from your university, from your organization or some professional organization, that will help you to get O1A. Another thing is published article or work for your specific field in particularly high ranked journals. So this is A very common thing for O1A applicants. Most of them, they have a PhD degree. They have a lot of publication citation, especially in like a high rank journal. Those will definitely help you. Then contribution to original research in any of those mentioned fields. So, the published journal and original contribution, those are very similar things. Those who have original contribution, they have publication. At the same time, those who have publication, they have original contribution. So it's kind of like both of them are very same kind of things. The next one is the beneficiary is a member of a highly distinguished association or organization that requires its members to have high professional achievement. That's the thing I told before. So let's say you are a member of IEEE or American Chemical Association or American Physics Association kind of organization. Those are like very highly reputed, highly recognized professional organization. If you're a member, you can definitely qualify for that. At the same time, try your best not to be just a paid member. Try your best to be more involved. Like, try to be like, let's say, vice president of your state or vice president of your university chapter or something like that. Try your best to be more involved. Let's say you are co-chair of a seminar or something. The more you will be involved, the better for your application, kind of things. The next one is have judged the contribution of others in related fields. So this is another very easy to get kind of criteria, because let's say if you are a supervisor of 10 people, that means you're constantly judging the work of those 10 people. So you can easily qualify for that. Another thing is, let's say your office send you to another branch to, let's say investigate a matter or see how they're doing. That's also will qualify as like you judge the contribution of others in the related field. So it's not like you have to be in a jury board of like a very prestigious kind of committee. It's not. Just you judge the work of others. It's easy to get this one. The last one is have been paid a high salary or other remuneration for his or her skills and contribution. So this one is a little tricky, because high salary is like in a very vague term. It depends on, like, if you're in San Francisco Bay Area, high salary will be better, different than if you are in like in a rural Alabama or Mississippi. So compared to your location, your position, your industry, you have to have high salary, and we can play with that. We can work with that. So don't worry about that part. If you just receive like a high salary, just let us know. We can help you. So the beneficiary has to meet at least 3 of these criteria. All these criteria I just mentioned. If you meet 3, then you qualify for O1A, and you can definitely apply. Okay, major parts of O1A processing. So there are 3 parts. Basically 2 parts for those who live in America, but 3rd part is for the people who are living in a foreign country, like Bangladesh or other country. So the first one is job offer. You must have a job offer. And as I said, your company must apply for you. Your company is the one who is the applicant, not you. You are the beneficiary. So you have to have a valid job offer, and the company is applying for it. So this is the step number 1. Step 2 is submitting the petition. So this is like the most important part. So the employer will file a form I-129. So employer file means like we will help the employer to file. We'll fill up the form. We'll do everything. We'll send the PDF copy to the employer's designated person. They will just sign and put the date and send it back to us. So, but officially the employer will file a form I-129 to USCIS together with all the proof of the extraordinary ability of the beneficiary and other required documents. So there's a lot of required documents, and if you can get like recommendation letters, that's really good. And if you have like your transcript, your diploma, your evidence of all the success you did in your previous life related to this position, that will definitely help. The petition must reach the USCIS at least 45 days before the start of the employment. That's very tricky. A lot of people, they forget about this 45 days and they come to us and say, hey, we have like 15 days. Can I do that? The answer is no, because the application must reach the USCIS at least 45 days before the start of the employment. And there's a filing fee of $460. Of course, almost every application has a filing fee. Those who are living in America, those 2 steps are all. So if you have a valid job offer, if your employer submits I-129, and if it get approved, you're good. You can start working with the company. However, if you are living in a foreign country like Bangladesh, then you have to apply for DS-160 in your local US embassy. So, and sometimes this step takes a lot of time, because embassies are always busy with many things. So even though if you have like a approved I-129, you cannot start working in that company because you're not in America. A lot of time, if the company allows, you can work as a remote worker. But if you wanna be in person, you have to go through this. So a DS 160 has to be filled by the beneficiary on basis of approved I-129. So this is good thing. I-129 is going to filled and submit by the employer, but DS-160 is going to be filled by the beneficiary, not the employer. So you have to submit, fill up and submit DS-160. After submitting, the applicant will receive a confirmation page and code, which should be kept safe. Yeah, a lot of people lose it. The DS-160 application fee for the O-1 visa is 190. Again, this fee is subject to change. A lot of time USCIS or embassy, they update their features. So please pay attention to the latest fee amount. Don't just submit 190 even if it's changed. Please pay attention to that. The applicant will schedule an interview at the embassy, of course, and then after interview, if you get it approved, get a visa stamp, then you'll come to America to work. So this third step is for the people who are living in a foreign country. Processing time. So the I-129 can take anywhere between 2 to 3 months, depending on the many factors. It's very hard to predict how long it will take. However, there is a premium processing option. If you pay additional $2,500, you can apply for premium processing, and it will take around 15 days to get it approved. Because this is a non-immigrant visa, USCIS is very, very fast in processing this, because when it comes to a question about green card, they are very careful about many things, but for non-immigrant visa, their process is very fast. So 15 days is enough for premium processing. Validity of O-1 visa. That's another very good question. A lot of time people ask me this question. So initially the US Embassy or the approved I-129 will be for 3 years. After 3 years, you have to apply for a renewal by submitting a new I-129 form. And every year you can renew it by submitting a new I-129 form. So every time you're going to renew it, you have to submit a new I-129 form. This is very tricky. You must remember it. Also, you can transfer from one company to another company. Anytime you transfer your O-1 visa from one company to another company, you have to submit a new form I-129. And so initially you will get a visa for 3 years, and after 3 years, you will get it 1 year incremental basis, meaning every year you have to apply for renewal. That's like another pain for O-1 compared to H-1B, because H-1B will give you 6 years and O-1 will give you 3 years and then 1 year incremental renew. Obtaining a green card with an O-1 visa. So as I said, O-1 visa is for extraordinary ability person. Similarly, EB-1A is also for extraordinary person. Once you are recognized as an extraordinary person for O-1, it's easy to be recognized as a extraordinary person for EB-1. Eventually, that will help you getting green card. However, O-1 is not a green card application, but it will really, really help you to get EB-1A. So this can be considered as a first step toward getting green cards. Bringing dependents with an O-1 visa. If you are a foreign country or if you're living in America, if you have an approved O-1 visa, your dependents can come with a O-3 visa. Dependents means your spouse and any children under the age of 21. They can get O-3 visa. However, you have to apply separately for O-3 visa. O-1 visa approval will not automatically come with approved O-3. You have to submit a form for O-3 visa. So that was my presentation about O-1A visa. If you have any question about this, I'm happy to answer now or in future. And hopefully, those who did not win H-1B lottery in this season, if you are OPT or STEM OPT is going to expire very soon, please consider O-1 visa. It's a very effective tool. It's a very easy to get visa application.